I guess today I'm going to talk about some of the pitfalls that I've had as far as using my camera. Using my camera to record stuff, whether it be video or photography, it always has some kind of a paradox that I run into, and this something that I need to overcome, and I'm pretty sure many people out there can relate with what I'm about to say. Now, the thing that I'm talking about, it's like, I guess you could say the paradox of photography, or the paradox of recording video. If you're trying to be a photographer to just update your portfolio, you might run into this paradox. If you want to record video, so like you could upload it to YouTube or whatever, I'm pretty sure you can also relate with what I'm about to say. Now, let's just say, for example, you're getting ready to travel somewhere and you want to pack all your camera gear. Like, oh, I want to take my camera, my big DSLR, I'm going to take a backup DSLR, I'm going to take a GoPro. Now the GoPro's going to need a tripod, a floaty jacket, cage mount, so you can hook up a battery charger to it. You're going to need all these battery chargers, these cables, memory cards. Now you want to have a laptop, so you can import your memory cards to a USB hard drive. So you end up packing a lot of stuff. Now the issue with that is when you pack a lot of stuff, then you start to fall into these things like, I don't want to damage my camera, I don't want to take this out because it requires me to also take out a tripod. If I'm going to take my still camera with a tripod, I might as well also take something to shoot time-lapse with, so I'm going to need an intervalometer. So you end up taking up all this gear out of your hotel room, for example, and before you even do that, you convince yourself somehow that it's too much equipment, that if you're not going to shoot it right, you're not going to bother. So then ultimately you end up shooting nothing. You come back home and you still have all your camera gear, which you didn't even touch because you went into this impossible scenario situation in your head where you thought up the worst case scenario and you decided to put things to eliminate that. Like, say you're afraid of going out to shoot some street photography, but you're afraid of a bum might steal your camera, or some gangster might threaten you for your camera or whatever, because not gonna lie, these things are expensive. Camera gear is expensive. My tripod alone, this nice carbon fiber one, which I still don't like. Carbon fiber, I don't know, $100 or so, but I got a good deal on it. Now the legs are flimsy. Anyways, it adds up. You spend a lot of money on your photography gear, and now I'm kicking myself in the butt because I'm so bummed that I actually got a chance to go visit somewhere, and I come home and I regret not having enough media to edit. I wish I could have more content to kind of showcase. The solution for me is to just throw caution to the wind. If you never take your camera out of your safe spot, you will miss the image, you will miss the photography, you will miss the video or the time lapse of the skyline or whatever, because I'm afraid that I'd scratch the lens, I'll scratch the body, I'll drop the camera, etc. The camera body, I have a Canon 60D. Here, let me Canon 60D, right? So body was like $800 and the lens is Sigma, plus the microphone, over $1,000 easily, maybe $1,500. So I feel like, oh, if I take it outside it's gonna get damaged, then I'm afraid to spend that money again. That's paralyzing me from actually doing what I did before. Before, I had a 10D that I paid $180 for. I didn't care. I used to be very aggressive with it. I would drop it, beat it up, throw it into my car. No lens cap, no filters, nothing. I had like 6 batteries, and I would just switch the batteries out. If a memory card got full, I'd switch it out too and made sure not to lose it. But somewhere along the lines where I bought the 60D and the 5D Mark II, I stopped doing that. I started to care more about the aesthetics of the camera body, protecting it from scratches and damage, than it is how much more important it would be as a tool for me to capture images and video, and ultimately capturing memories to share with others, experiences and stuff. And I lost sight of that. I lost the fact that people liked a lot of the photography that I shot, and I don't know where I fell off the grid. Something to do with being on a submarine. I know that being on a submarine in the Navy, you're not allowed to have cameras on board. Like, it's really frowned upon, and I think it's not authorized. Local ops, yeah, you're not authorized to have cameras or your cell phones. Deployments, a little bit more I guess you could say it's written to where it makes sense, because you can't just leave your cell phone on the pier and then go on a deployment and come back and pick your cell phone back up again. You're allowed at that moment to bring your cell phone on board. I believe a point and shoot camera, but the fear of breaking the rules got into me so much where I was like afraid that my camera would be confiscated. I did manage to take a pretty cool couple of clips in Korea. Also, I have a Steadicam, and I was able to use that in South Korea. The perfect moment to get the perfect shot that I don't think I've ever seen before. But it was something that I saw as interesting, something that I can capture and then show again to someone else. And I did that, and everything went really well. And I was, I guess, much more of a risk taker on deployment when I had Liberty. I would take all my camera gear, walk around with it. No one is gonna mess with me, because I always had 3 or 4 of my friends with me, and I knew if something went down that they would get my back. And it was fun. I have a lot of content. But then I got home, I don't really use my camera gear anymore. I'm starting to, if I should see it as a way where if I break something, it's a chance for me to upgrade. Things depreciate. If I upgrade, it's not going to be expensive. It's going to be even the same amount of money or a little bit less. So for example, if I break my microphone, I'll get a new one that's easier to use and better quality. So what's the worst that could happen? Hi, Sandra.
What are you doing?
You'll see. My wife just walked in. So what I have to start doing is to start using my camera gear more. Don't pack it. Just leave it where it's easily accessible. No lens caps, no lens hoods, optional. Have something where it's like, okay, I gotta grab it on the go. And always have an opportunity to capture a moment and share it later. Even if I don't share, at least I have it so I could edit if I decide to, or if I need it, or if it's something that I can use as a tool to show somebody, hey, this is what I did, or here's an example. Now another thing is going to be editing, and using Adobe Premiere, it's easy. Editing video is very time consuming. Again, falls into that paradox where it has to be perfect in order for me to show it. I need to get rid of that and just be like, I need to show the idea. The idea is the important thing. The presentation, leave that up to however you want it. So I guess I would want to shoot one takes as much as possible, edit as least as possible, make it clean, make it interesting. That's really about it. I don't think I have anything else to complain about. I mean, I definitely have to use this more often, so you'll be seeing some stuff from here pretty often. It's a GoPro 3. Now I have it, I bought it, I don't use it as much. I should. There's no excuse not to use it. I mean, I live in Los Angeles, and a lot of people want to see this area, and they can't because they live in another country, another state, or whatever. So yeah, my solution is just to start traveling light, packing light, keeping things very handy. Oh, the dog's here. You can turn it on.
How you do this? Hi? Hi, fan?
I'll make it easier right now. So there you have it. I'm gonna try my best, and hopefully you guys see more content coming out of here a lot more often. You know, I'm not in the submarine anymore, so you'll be able to get in touch with me and also hear back from me, and you know, no more excuses. And once again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. In the future, I will be changing to another channel, but just I'll notify you guys when that happens with the proper links and how you can get access to it and all that. Okay, that's all I got for now. Stay tuned.